let's talk about marriage. When you hit that prime age of 25, somehow every conversation becomes not about who you are as a person, who you are, like what personality do you have, what you like, what you dislike. No, it becomes about when are you going to get married? And will I be invited? Absolutely not. And B, it's none of your business, is it? Well, today I'm in my room because it's too very cold. I'm in Iceland. You must be wondering what's with the jacket. So here we are in our Let's Get Personal with Me series. Yay! What's that? Confetti, drum roll. Oh my god, that felt like an earthquake rather. The society and the culture where I'm from, where I belong, it's like, people, not people, like your parents, they usually sort of, I won't say force you, I'm not able to find the exact word that I'm looking for. They kind of expect from you to stay away from boys while growing up, while you're in school. It's like a really big deal to even have like friends who are guy friends. At least it was when I was growing up. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that it's kind of frowned upon when you have guy friends when you're growing up, and then boom, you're 25. In some cases, even before that. Trust me when I'm saying this. Like both of my roommates from uni, they're married with children, and they were younger than I was. So they got married the moment they turned 21. The other one was, I think, 23 when she got married. But the moment you turn 25, we're kaboom. It's like marriage, 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 marriage. When are you going to get married? Forget your parents. Like, I am very grateful and privileged in this matter, that my parents don't tell me to get married, or like tell me like, okay, now you're at this certain age, it's time for you to get married. Let's go. Let's get you hitched. Let's find you a groom. Because arranged marriage is a thing in the society that I'm from. Lots of parents starts pressurizing their kids at this certain prime age of their lives, when they're figuring out their career, where they're figuring out themselves, where they're figuring out lives and expenses and whatnot. Let's kind of dump this stressor on top of it as well. Marriage. Cherry on the top, isn't it? And you're expected to oblige to their decisions about your life. In a lot of cases, I'm not saying all cases, so don't come after me saying that, oh no, in a lot of households, things are changing. People are not doing that anymore. It's like old school. Did I say all? No, I did not. And like, there are a lot of people who are in my circle who got married. So I'm sharing this incident and story from experience. Okay? So don't come after me. So yeah. Yes, hold on. Here's the thing. It's not just parents. It's totally strangers as well. People you work with as well. And yes, pretty much everyone, when you hit that particular age, people start asking about marriage. All over. All the time, rather. Here's the thing, this is coming from experience, because a concerning amount of people ask me about marriage, like my plans on marriage, even when I have explicitly told them that no, I not going to happen, at least not soon. And then they always tell me like, yeah, you won't be doing it, but your parents will be getting you married and stuff, and yada yada yada. I'm like, no, my parents won't. They're really, I'm grateful to have parents like these who are open-minded enough, and who are like letting me make major life decisions than them. So, and Guys, they don't believe me. They kind of laugh on my face whenever I say that. And I was like, I didn't know I was joking. What was that about? Why did you started chuckling? That wasn't a joke. Why are you laughing? So that is like literally the weirdest thing that happens to me during this topic. So let me tell you this incident that happened in my current job. This guy, he asked me, so when are you going to get married? And I'm like, I don't think I will anytime soon, because right now I kind of have different priorities, and I think that is fine. That's completely fine to have different priorities. And I don't know why he kind of got so offended. He kind of got so offended by it, like as if like I was refusing to marry him, rather like I was just stating my own opinion about marriage. And then whenever I say that, it's not anytime soon, it's probably going to be way later in my life, it's always kind of followed by these three things. You're just saying it right now, eventually you will, and your parents will make you. And I was like, no, they won't. They really won't. Like, I'm lucky enough to have good parents. Thank you so much. Peace. And it's like all the same. It's like literally every other reaction. They start laughing at my face. I'm like, oh my god. What sort of it takes a different level of courage. It takes entitled. This is called being entitled, people. I feel like this is called being entitled. And then comes my favorite other follow-up question after this. What do you think about kids? Do you want kids? And to this, here's the thing, guys. I have really thought about it. Like, I have been thinking about it quite a lot. And the answer was same as it was 5 years ago. Even when I was like 19, 20, 21, 22, the answer was still that, I never see myself being a mother other than like a dog mom. I don't see myself being a human mom. That period. I really don't. Kids are a huge responsibility. Huge responsibility. And I would rather not give someone generational trauma or ruin their life. I don't want to. I can't do this to another human being, a child rather. I care too much about children to be a selfish parent, and I am a selfish person. I care too much about myself, and I care about my own career, my own life, and I don't think that I would be able to be selfless for a human child in a way a parent should. So I don't think that I want to be a parent ever. Other than a dog mom, I would be selfless for a dog. But again, what happens? Guess. Take a wild guess what happens whenever I say something like this to these kinds of people. Guess. Yes, they laugh at my face as if I have cracked another very funny joke, which is like, I don't understand. Like, either your sense of humor is extremely broken, that it can never be fixed, or it's like something I have said, which is like, I think the former one is the truth. It's like, okay, are you alright, dear? I am concerned now. Should I call a psych doctor? So they're like, but no, after marriage, you will have children. I mean, like, as if like that's the sole purpose of getting married is to have children. Or it's like after marriage, it's like very expected from you, from the society, that okay, you will have children. Like, you do know, right, that you can be married and not have kids. There are people out there who are married and who don't have kids, who actively chose not to have kids. You don't know that, right? You do realize, I don't know if these people do realize it or not. And here's the thing, people. Here's the thing. Here's a beautiful, beautiful another fact that I'm about to reveal is like it's not just one person who have made these kind of remarks to me. It's like multiple people from like my multiple previous jobs. So there was this guy, I'm not obviously going to name him, but he was in business development, and we were having lunch together because obviously it was like we used to have lunch as a group kind of. So we were having lunch together and we started talking about marriage, and he said, what are your thoughts about it? And I was like, I don't think that, it's for me, and if it's going to happen, it's going to be way later in my life. Yeah, obviously I want to someday, if I find someone, someone good, only then. And then I said that, but I do not want kids. In this scenario, I actively said it myself that I don't want kids. And then he was like, very, very confidently, I don't know what came over to him, but he immediately said it as if like what I know about myself is extremely wrong. He said like, no, they will happen. My sister, she used to think that too. She never wanted kids, but she got married and now she has kids. And I was like, okay, but I'm not your sister, am I? Why are you trying to prove me wrong that like what I think about myself is extremely wrong? But here's the thing, my guy, I really do know myself. I know a lot of people are trying to figure themselves out and whatnot, and a lot of people don't even know who they are, what they like, or lots of things. But here's the thing, I have made a mission for my life to know who I am truly. I am still obviously getting to know myself more and more every passing day.
2 hours later.
And if you're having kids as a byproduct of, you're married, now everyone is asking like, what about kids now? Have kids. Like, societal pressure. I think it's extremely wrong to give birth to another human person just because the society is asking you to do that, and not that you really want to have kids from the bottom of your heart. Because kids are, again, I'm saying it again, I cannot emphasize this fact, kids are a huge responsibility, not just financially, emotionally too. You have to be present. And as a parent, mostly you have to be emotionally present. Materialistic things don't matter. You have to be there emotionally. Like, be with them. That's like understanding a person. Like, know them through and through. Like, be emotionally invested in their lives. Other things don't matter, because see, here's the thing with children. As growing up, we as children, we see our parents as our entire world. And if they like, and we, whatever we do as kids is always to make our parents feel proud of us, to not disappoint them, to see us for who we are. We kind of shape our entire personality around them, because we want to be seen by them, we want to be heard by them, we want them to like us, or to accept us. And when you don't give that, when you don't make your child feel seen or feel heard, it kills them. Trust me, it really kills. So if you cannot be that parent, if you cannot be present, then don't have children. It's very simple. You can get married and not have kids. It's not that it's not that it's not a compulsion. I know the society accepts it, especially the society that we are in and that I am from, that I'm living in. But it's not a fucking rule. It's not a compulsion. You can say no. You can have your own voice. You don't have to conceive. It's not the sole purpose of you. That's what I'm trying to say. Choose yourself, because it is very important, especially in a thing like this and a thing like marriage. Because even in marriage too, like there is lots of societal pressure, probably more than having kids, because like, you know, if you get married you will have kids, like one thing leads to the other. That's the whole thing. But be there for yourself, because no one else is going to be there. Choose yourself. Be selfish. No, I wouldn't even call it being selfish. It's like, have that self-worth. Love yourself that much to stand up for yourself in these kind of matters. I know it's like way easier said than done, because there are lots of things that, you know, that goes into this entire decision. Lots of emotional blackmail, guilt tripping, whatnot. I know. It's really hard, but it's not difficult. It's not impossible. It's difficult. My bad. But it's not impossible, you know. And I think it's worth it for yourself. You know what I'm doing? I'm getting too much into this motivational speaker's role. It's kind of getting weird. Apologies. Let's go focus back to my story. So there was this another girl who was there during that time, or maybe I think it was like some other time when she was involved. I'm not going to obviously say her name. It was in my previous organization. So she also asked me, like, what do you think about marriage? I'm like, yeah, and not anytime soon, probably way later in my life. And then she was like, yeah, but it's going to happen. Yeah, she at this point she was talking about herself, like, my parents will like, I don't think they will like stop, like, when it's going to happen for me. And I was like, and whenever I hear these kind of things from people, it's like, again, I'm like, it's a really big decision and it's going to happen to you. What about you? Why are you not thinking about you? Why are you listening to your parents? You're a grown adult woman who is financially independent, who is making her own money, who is still living with her parents, but that can change because you're making your own money. I think you should be allowed to make massive life decisions for yourself. That's always I used to think. And it's like, it's very baffling that how people just, again, it just goes back to this point that from the very childhood, how our parents control us, you know, to be this certain way. I mean, not all, obviously. Some parents do give you that sense of freedom and to make your own choices. They give you this whole platform to be your own person, to have your own choices. Even goes with like little things, like choosing the flavor of the ice cream, or choosing the kind of clothes that you're going to wear, choosing the kind of hairstyles you're going to cut your hair in. Like, these little things teaches a child how to be independent, even in small ways. But the society that we are from, that's never really happened. Everything, and when I say everything, is like legit everything. Every small thing to every big thing, A to Z, are decided mostly, in a lot of cases. I won't say in most cases, but in a lot of cases are decided by a parents. Like, I remember till I think I was like in 11th standard, and till that time, my mother used to decide what sort of a hairstyle I will have, what sort of a shirt I'm going to wear, what sort of pants I'm going to wear. And I think it's that time when I said, like, you're not going to buy clothes for me. I'm going to tell you what to buy, or I am going to select it. Like, that was the time when online shopping places came into life. And I used to say that I am going to tell you what to buy because it's going to go on my body and I'm going to wear them. So I think I should be the one decide that fact. And even then, my parents, both of them, my dad and my mom, used to decide what pair of jeans I'm going to wear. And they used to just buy it without showing it to me. And that was very infuriating because, see, these kind of little things tells your brain that it's like you don't really have control with even the little things in your life. You know, the little things matter. So yeah, what was I saying? I was connecting it to that big ideology, that the sense of control, like, or being in control of your own life, because from the very childhood you have kind of lived in an environment where everything around you was shaped by these two adult figures, and now you are grown up and they are still shaping a lot of choices and a lot of decisions around your life and in your life. So what about you? What sort of decisions are you making? And I think that this is one of also the reason why a lot of people feel homesickness from the culture that I'm from, because I have seen this a lot as well. I'm like, obviously not all. Again, I'm saying it again, not all, but I have seen a few. I mean, quite a few around me, and not just like family members, but also strangers whom I used to share my dorm rooms with. So those people were homesick, like homesick, missing their families, going to their homes every weekend. And I was like, oh my god. But I think that's the kinds of relate to all of that. Now going back to her story, she said after that, like, what do you think about kids? And I was like, no, I don't want kids. I'm very sure about it. And she was like, yeah, I don't want them either, but they will happen. And I was like, what do you mean they will? That was like kind of that was a very big shocker for my brain. And I was like, what do you mean that they will happen? Like, you know, you can, there are lots of ways you can say that you don't want kids and then get married. And I was like, yeah, but that does not happen, does it? I really don't want kids, but it is going to happen. And that one thing that just showed me that even though lots of people who know that they don't want kids, they will never really communicate it with their partners, because in majority of the cases, I'm saying it about guys as well, they don't know themselves that they want kids or they don't want kids. Their parents want kids for them, obviously, that's one thing, but they want kids themselves? Like, would you have that sense of maturity or maturity level to raise a child into this economy, into this world, be emotionally present? A lot of people are sure that they don't want kids, but they still have kids after getting married because the culture expects it from them. The parents expect it from them. The society expects it from them. And a lot of people think that they want kids, that they are going to have kids. They say it so surely, and a lot of guys say it. I'm not going to deny it, because I have changed 4 organizations in my career trajectory till now, and every guy that I have communicated with around this topic have said the same thing. I do want kids. I do. And you can tell it. You can feel it. I don't know what's that feeling. I don't know how you can catch up on them, that you really don't, but you're saying it because the society expects it from you. I don't think that you know that you don't want kids. You're not that mature enough. There was this one guy, he's a really good friend of mine. He's very mature. He's very emotionally intelligent. He is a very good guy. There are not a lot of guys that I look up to in my life. He is the guy that I look up to, and I kind of seek advice whenever, I need one. And he's really good. He's a really decent guy. And when he said that I want kids, I could sincerely tell from the bottom of my heart that he does, and he is going to be a great father. Because you can tell. I don't know how, but you just can like catch up on that, I don't know, energy, vibe. I'm talking voodoo language now, so if you are not getting it, apologies, but you can just tell when someone is like, there, and who is going to be emotionally there for their child, and who is going to do whatever best they can to be a good parent. And with a lot of people, you can just tell that, they're going to be a traditional father. They're just going to leave everything on the mother. If she's going to be a good mother, that's lucky for the child. But they're just going to be a bare minimum kind of a father who's going to be very distant, who's not going to be there that much for their child. The traditional fatherly role. I'm not saying that because I've also had these kind of incidents. So there was this guy, I'm not going to obviously name him, but let's call him Chad, in my very first job experience. So when I was there, I think during my last days, he got married recently, and something was going on, and so he said very confidently, because she asked him, okay, and what are you going to do when you're going to have a child? And he said very confidently that that's my wife's job. Why the fuck should I care? I'm not going to, change the diapers or cook food or whatever. That's my wife's job. She's going to do everything. As if like he has just like hired a butler or house help and not gotten married to a woman. And I was like, yeah, he's going to be a really great father, isn't he? And he's definitely going to have a child, or maybe he already have a child now. So yeah, I don't know how this whole Let's Get Personal With Me series got this personal and became a rant session about people, and not the fact that I myself don't want to have children, and people talking about marriage and stuff. But again, I have one more thing to add. So the most kind of, I have already kind of highlighted this, that what really bothers me in all of this is the entitlement that people kind of feel towards my body, towards my choices, and towards my personality, I guess, and my future, that this is going to happen, as if like my no is temporary, as if that I will come around, as if I don't fully understand my own mind, as if everything in my life is predetermined and I don't really have control over my own choices, and I will like oblige to the society and be like everyone else. I refuse to. I choose me. I pick me. I choose myself above anyone else. That's the thing. I have put myself second for way too long to continue it over and over again. Now is the time to put myself first, and that's it. Period. And one more thing. See, I am by no means anti-marriage, or I'm not anti-kids. What I am is anti being told what will happen to me instead of it being shaped by me. Does that make sense? So yeah, I think that's it. And here's the thing. If you ever choose to get married, and it goes with me too, obviously. So yeah, I am going into the pep talk thingy again. But yeah, if you ever choose to get married, it should be because you really want to do it, and not because like other people are saying that, it's time for you to get married, it's your age, it's your prime age. And same goes with children, more importantly. So if you want to have children, it should be that like you really want to have children, and you really want to be a parent and bring a life into this world, into this beautiful world, and not because it is expected from us after marriage by the society. No, it shouldn't be that way. It should be because you choose to have them. That period. So yeah, I think that will be it from my end. Thank you so much for watching till the very end. If you did, truly really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And what else? Yeah, I think that's it. I think I'll see you next Friday. Bye bye.